Hello, everyone, and thanks for dropping by. This is our Partner Bootcamp from SEO Reseller, and today we're talking about how to sell reputation management to your clients. Now, I'd like to introduce myself first. Name's Will Kramer. I'm part of business development. I've been a project manager also with SEO Reseller for a while, and I've worked with some of the larger partners in our business. So it's been a while. But I'll tell you today that I'm a bit excited about what we're talking about. Pretty fresh, pretty new, something that we developed this year, but it's been in the works. And I'd love to introduce you to the guy behind it and the team that runs it with him. Hey, Josh.
Hey, well, I'm very excited to be in this webinar. This is my first time. I've been in SEO Reseller for the past 2 years, and I've been leading the development for the different products that you see in SEO Reseller since then. I'm very excited with the reputation management. We've launched this, I believe, last March, and since launch, it has had a good traction. We've had a lot of partners coming in, and you can see a lot of their feedback here in this particular presentation, and a lot of also of their shared experience that we're going to also share with you.
Exactly. We'd also like to thank every partner that signed up with us. It was a good number, and believe me, like Josh just said, the feedback really helps us. It really does. So we're looking forward to a lot of you guys sending us some of your questions, and we'll definitely address them. Just to let everybody know, also, if you've got a question right off the bat that you just got an itch for, feel free to call the numbers that you see on the right side. And if you haven't even started yet, there's a free trial. So
it's free.
Yep.
It's 14 days.
Doubt you can click that button, but check out that link and you've got your free trial. Before I move forward, though, I kind of want to remind everyone so you can check out the last webinar we did, another one of our Partner Bootcamp series, and that was the expert game plan for selling web design. So we wanted to help partners figure out who to sell web design to.
And how to sell, and what materials to sell. In fact, a couple of months ago, when we did this webinar, we introduced you to the proposal builder and mockup creator. Now, a couple of months ago, we upgraded that same proposal builder, and you can now create proposals for SEO, social media, web design, and soon a lot of even reputation management in the next few weeks.
Perfect. And that's all. That's Josh's team and their work. So we'll give a brief description of what we intend to talk about today. So we want to express how important reputation management is today and why it is, and also how it can grow your business.
And at the same time, we want to talk about, when we talk about the problems and we talk about opportunities for clients to do reputation management, we also want to talk about how you can help these businesses, manage their reputation, promote their reputation, and how you can, as a partner of different levels, can approach these clients a lot in different ways.
Perfect. Now, Josh, I got a question for you, and
Sure.
I know it's right there on the slide, but why is reputation management that important? Because, like, I know we both talk to partners, but I know that when you talk to partners, you delve a bit deeper into their business and how to structure their products and packages.
Yeah.
What have you seen so far?
Before we even developed reputation management, we did research among our partners and their clients, and we wanted to see what are the common pain points that they need to address, that clients need to address these days, small businesses need to address these days. And one of the biggest things that we found out is that online reputation right now is one of the biggest things, simply because anyone who has access to Google can know your reputation right off the bat. When someone searches for you, when someone looks for your business, they can already see all the reviews, all the blogs written about you, all the conversations.
Makes sense. No, even from my end, my background was web design, but to be honest, not getting found is, we always talk about that on these webinars. The fact that I guess most people, or if any of you are listening, you know that this has been around for a while. Yep. The thing, though, is it's changed so much. So I think maybe it's important that you guys understand now why your online presence is key today. So, just to stress things out, you have to be visible.
You have to be. There are around 72 million users in Yelp using the service on a monthly basis. You have 1 billion users using Facebook. And these guys are all searching for businesses in these different platforms, not to mention the people searching in Google and looking for businesses there. So So clients right now, small businesses, they want new businesses, they want to increase their business, but they have these problems that they do not know yet how to start their business online.
Right. And some of them are actually there and they've tried, they just
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to do it right.
Yes.
And that's why we're here today, to help you figure that out and get the information to them.
Yeah. Exactly.
So let's talk about reviews in general and how important they are in your customer's ability to make a decision. Why do they matter?
Yeah, that's a big thing. Whenever a particular client or customer who's searching for a business go online, one of the first things they really look for are the different reviews for the business. These are the ones which basically instruct them on if they're gonna actually use the business or not. You can see in the presentation here on the deck that's like 53% of the customers that use the internet to find a local business, and 50% of them read the online reviews before they even step inside the business.
Exactly. And if you think about it, it makes sense. But at that scale, it's huge,
Yeah.
right? And I think part of this, and we're going to jump into it in
Mm-hmm.
the next slide, but most businesses don't realize how important reviews are, even the negative ones.
Especially the negative ones. When we were doing the when we were doing this deck, we were doing a lot of different research, and we stumbled upon this research by Goldfish Digital, which basically said that for every negative review, the potential number of your customers for that particular business drops by 22%.
Wow.
So for one negative review for a particular business online, the potential number of customers drop by 22%. If you have three negative reviews, it's the potential number of customers coming online drop by 60%. So if you had 1,000 potential customers for this month, just because you have three negative reviews, that's now roughly only around 400.
That hurts. I think it's also about getting them to understand that that aversion towards negative reviews
Mm-hmm.
is a misconception. It's a misjudgment on your client's part, and it's a matter, like it says here, it's a matter of knowing how to handle those bad reviews.
Yeah, it's also a matter of not really knowing that you cannot just leave reviews alone. It's a matter of knowing what to do whenever you find a negative review.
So now we're moving on to how reputation management can grow not just your client's business, but your business as well.
So reputation management is really not just addressing the different problems that a small business has. One of the big things about reputation management is that you can actually use reputation management in order to grow the business further. It's not just managing their reviews. It's not also just building their presence. It's also about increasing their business using their good reputation and making sure that the revenue grows up.
Well, that's why we're trying to express it here through a sales funnel. Maybe some of your customers don't realize that it is part of it. Some people may be thinking that I just have to have that property so people can find us, or
Mhm.
I need to see what people are saying about us. There's a structure to it, believe me. And one of the things that we want to point out is how important it is to have accurate listings right off the bat. When
Yeah.
people are searching for you and trying to discover your business, well, not your business, but the customers, well, yours too. But managing that is extremely important. And it doesn't mean that you have to be everywhere to be seen. It's about being in the right place at the right time. And
Mhm.
that's all about discovery. You know, they say about location, location, location. Now, this part is interesting, and I think you'd have a better answer for this, Josh. And it's a question about the consideration stage
Yes.
when a client has actually found you.
When we built reputation management, it's really built around the methodology that we have that we know works for building and managing reputation management. It's just really three words, and we're going to discuss this further with our own slides. It's build, manage, and promote. And these three things correlate to the sales funnel that you're looking at now. When you build your online presence, more clients discover. More customers discover small businesses.
Right.
When you manage their reputation, manage their reviews, you generate new reviews, you create better consideration. Traffic, you're turning the visitors online into actual users or actual customers. And then when you keep on promoting the business, you're now turning the customers to not just regular customers, but brand advocates, promoters of the business, whose lifetime value now multiplies simply because you're managing their reputation.
Exactly. And it's just another way of pointing out how important it is. And of course, it's another way of getting them to. It's a pitch. You want to show
Yeah,
them the fact that this is important to your business and it's part of your sales. Listen to your clients, manage them, and then ask them to promote you. It's
yep.
key to that. Now, how how would your agency actually help? Like, where do you come in?
Yeah, this was I was talking about a while ago regarding the methodology. Where you come in is really by introducing these simple steps. You build their presence, you manage their online reputation, and then you promote their business. It's very simple. When you build when you build their presence, it really means that you're looking for where are the customers of your client. Are they a restaurant or are they a lawyer? If they're a restaurant, then you have to go to different directories such as OpenTable, Zomato, or Yelp. And then you have to build the listings there. I'm sure you've already read a lot of different listings as well. So you have to make sure that these listings have a lot of different materials. You have a lot of images in them. You enrich them. And then you have the number one thing that Will was saying a while ago. You have to make sure that these listings are accurate. So when customers look for your clients or client small businesses in these different directories, they're going to get the right information. More when these customers search online for the business because you built their presence enough, they will see these your clients on the top of the search rankings.
I got a question for you, Josh.
Yeah, sure.
So the key word here is building,
Yes.
and you mentioned that it's all about picking the right listing or the right directory
Yes.
or just the right place to be.
Mm-hmm.
But my question to you is, are there, well, it's a rhetorical question because we both know the answer, but no, but frankly, does it matter that you have more than everybody else? Is it key to that?
It's
Should you have more?
it's interesting because I actually wrote something about it a couple of weeks ago. You can find it on our blog. The title answers your question.
Uh-huh.
The title is you don't need to be in all directories.
Right, because not all listings are equal.
Exactly. You just have to be at the right directories. In that particular blog, I discussed that one of the prevailing myths in local SEO is that you have to be in hundreds of directories. That's just not true. What's the truth is you have to be in the right directories. That's why in SEO Reseller itself, what we do is that we segregate the different directories into which ones are the most important.
Right.
We have specific directories which we call core directories. These are your basic microsites already, like Google My Business, Facebook, Yelp.
Yeah.
And then we have primary directories. We have citations. We have niche sites like Avo or OpenTable, and then we have the secondary directories, which have their own value, but it's not really a killer if you're not in them.
No, right. And it's like, I guess it's all about quality and
It,
relevance.
it's really about quality and relevance and knowing the local ecosystem.
Okay, so now we want to discuss how you can help them manage the reputation. In general, for me, at this point, because you've built that presence, you should start to see more people react. And the slide before that, before this one, well, I can't reference it anymore, but let me give you an example. If you've got someone who's never spoken to you before and suddenly you realize uh, they've got this horrible review and you didn't see it coming, despite the fact that you've put yourself out there in the right places, the next step really is paying attention to everything that you built. And that's key here because you don't have to worry just about the people who are saying great things about you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to also pay attention, just as much attention to people who are writing things that just, you don't think it's fair and everything else, but paying attention to them is key.
The foundation of managing your reputation really is first making sure that you know what happens on the different directories, different sites, and the different conversations online about your client. So whenever there's, for example, a discussion in Twitter about your client, you have to be there. You have to know it. Whenever there's a new review in Yelp, you have to know it. Whenever there's a new review in Facebook or in any other directory, you have to know it. You cannot manage it if you don't know it. And the worst thing about a negative review is a negative review that you haven't answered for a long, long time.
Right, that's damaging. And not just there, because people could take that somewhere else.
Yeah, yes. If you actually, I was actually surprised by this when I was doing research for this deck. There's already 123 million reviews in Yelp, and
Wow.
more than 50% of them are less than 5 stars.
Does that say something about Yelp in general?
It says something really more about the people who leave reviews.
Okay.
It's really more about, if you really think about it, if you're a satisfied customer, you don't you're really not incentivized to leave a review.
Right.
But
Yep.
if you are an unsatisfied customer, you really want the business to pay attention. You want to grab their attention. You want to tell them what you're feeling. You want to, I don't know, get free food. But
Whatever the objective is.
yeah, you basically want to tell them something. That's why a lot of the reviews that you're seeing online, a lot of them are negative, which is a bit unfair, because also the good customers, the customers who love your business, deserve also to review the business. So what they need from your end in terms of managing the reputation for your client is that you need to, small businesses also need to know that they have to prompt their good customers, their satisfied customers, to leave reviews for their business online. So then you're converting these particular customers, so that you're gonna use these reviews to convert the new traffic, the new leads, the new prospects into your next customers. So basically the cycle just goes through and you're increasing the business in the process.
Right. Back to the sales funnel.
Yep.
And I guess it gives you a clearer picture. Your client will get a clear picture of really what the atmosphere is like around their business too. Because
Yeah.
like Josh said, I mean, people are happy with the product or people are happy with the service, tend to not say
Mhm.
anything. So if you're able to solicit positive and negative reviews, that sort of puts you in control at the start.
Yeah. One of the pain points that we encountered with a lot of our agency partners at the beginning, before we even developed this product, is that they've always asked us how to get rid of Yelp reviews.
Right, exactly. I've heard that.
There's a lot of agencies who want to do that, and I will tell you how to do it. You can't do it. Yelp reviews will stay there. The only thing that you need to do in order to make sure that you negate it is that you have to tell a fair story about the business, which means that if you have a negative review, first and foremost, you have to make sure that you answer it.
Right.
Second, if you have a negative review, you have to make sure that you also have a positive review.
Yeah, because you can turn that negative review into a positive review.
Yes.
And then most people tend to smother a negative review by
Yeah.
adding different reviews. And yeah, that's
Mhm.
where it all gets messy. Okay. So that was managing your reputation. And that's why it's important to your client to get that started.
Mhm.
But now they need to also see that it's an actual way to promote their business. It's all about the loyalty, the advocacy of clients that are actually happy. Even those negative guys that, I mean, negative clients that wrote reviews about your
Yeah,
client,
they're very passionate.
they become one of those, well, they become one of the most strongest advocates for your business or your client's business. So, and there's so many opportunities out there.
Yeah, the people who rate the business negatively tend to be the most passionate users, and this means really that they care about the service that they have and they care about the business. So what by promoting the business, by getting in touch with these people, you can even turn these people into brand advocates by making sure you address all their problems. Not only are you actually addressing the issues that they have, you're also showing the next people going into the business listing that you care about their review. And then now you're using all these reviews to promote the business into the different channels that your clients are going to. When you keep on building positive reviews for your clients, what you're really doing is you're investing on free marketing, which basically will last forever for that directory. Because now, even like 5 years from now, when someone visits that business listing again
Yep.
and the positive reviews are still there, they can see still that even back then this business was performing really, really well. And it's all the more reason for them to go to that particular location and try out that particular business.
Exactly. I think also maybe Josh, well, I think it's important that your clients also get to understand that this is such a great way to build a referral system.
Yeah. Yes. Uh, we we are in SEO reseller, and we tend to always talk about SEO. But
I'm keeping my lips shut.
but one of the things that's really one of the trends that we really notice is that people are not just searching for businesses in SEO. We know that, but over the past few years, the searches and the different platforms have increased. So businesses customers are now searching for a lot of different businesses on Facebook. That's why Facebook has the business manager already, and Facebook has Facebook pages. Clients are now searching for businesses in LinkedIn or in Yelp, and these searches are searches that have high intent. And then when they see a business, they want to know if they should consider that business. So when you're generating reviews for your clients, when you're making sure that they're found in these listings, what you're really doing is you're investing in their marketing, not just for now, but also in the future.
Right. And it's all about being proactive.
Yep.
And I think establishing control over that is key. Because you could leave it, you could set everything up, you could manage your reputation and leave it there. But the number one source of your positive reviews really will come from you.
Yeah.
But it has to appear natural as well at the end of the day. And that's really you talking to the guys who
Mhm.
set the reviews in the first place, regardless if they're negative or positive. So tell your clients, promote their business online. That's key. Definitely. Now, here's the fun part and the real reason why we're talking. So what we wanted to do at the beginning of this webinar was to sort of lay down the train of thought that your clients need to be in. But this is where you start to make more sense of it. And this is really for you guys as partners. How can you leverage reputation management? That was the first part. Now, how are you going to sell it?
There are three ways that we've based on the early agency partners that we've had, and also based on a lot of different conversations with agency owners. We've seen three different ways on how agencies succeed in selling the business, selling reputation management. The first one is selling it as a full service. And the couple of agency partners that I've talked to doing this service, what they're doing basically is that they're using reputation management to start their digital marketing agency.
Right.
They're not selling anything else. They're selling just reputation management. So what they do is they buy the tool, they use the suite, and then they're using their own time to manage the reputation of their clients. This now allows them to mark it up higher than the normal average price, like
Right.
times 15 or times 10 than the normal actual price that they pay us for it.
And I have a question, Josh. When you're
Yeah.
talking to these partners, what kind of client base do they have?
Well, it's the typical client base that needs reputation. These are primarily the businesses who have no idea on what to do online in terms of their reputation,
Yeah.
but they know it's important. They've seen people go to their business telling them that they found them in Google or in Yelp, but they don't know how to manage these business.
Makes
So
sense.
these particular partners who have invested in learning in reputation management, who has the backing of this tool or of our suite, they come into these particular businesses with no online reputation. They talk to them. They guide these businesses into what is important in reputation management, and then they eventually close them and make sure that they're the ones taking care of their business.
Right. So I'm assuming that most of the pain points for these customers are it's just too big for me.
Yeah.
I don't know where to begin. Should I hire
Is
someone
it in a computer?
internally? Should I just create a Facebook account or should
Yeah.
I do how do I do it? That's usually probably where they're coming from.
Yes, these are the businesses that we found that, and these are agency partners who talk to us. These are the businesses who literally have no time or have no inclination to even use the internet for anything, but they know it's important.
Yeah, because even from a traditional marketing standpoint, and if anyone's been around or their business has been there for years, they know how
Yeah.
important it is. Word of mouth is key.
Yep. These are
Um, Question again.
sure.
I hate to bother you with these, but um, when it comes to so like if a partner gets decides to go in this direction,
Mhm.
selling it as a service of their own, how much time do you feel they'll need to spend?
Initially, initially at the start, they have to invest some time in order to make sure that the reputation of the business is well established, meaning they have to make sure that they have total control of all the listings. So
Right.
the initial investment in terms of time would really be in making sure that the business is in the right directories, making sure that the directory listings are accurate, making sure that it's connected to the dashboard, our dashboard, and then making sure that they have the right type of reviews. And if they have not have if they do not have the right reviews, they have to build these reviews. And then the next steps after that is, now that you know that the business is in the right directories, now that you know that you have connection to these particular directories, and you have a tool like ours that alerts you whenever you have new reviews in these particular directories. Now that you have a tool to that alerts you whenever there are changes in these directories, that's the time that you do a weekly request for reviews for the different customers of the client. So the way more successful partners using this method do
Yeah.
it is that in a weekly basis, they set up a call or an email with their customers, with their client, small business, and they ask them for a list of customers that they had for that week.
Right.
They only ask for the emails, and then it's now up to that particular agency to request reviews from these customers.
Right. Okay.
And they also build a way for them to answer the different negative reviews, because it's not all about generating new reviews. So the way they do it as well is that they invest heavily at the start to know how these businesses want to address negative reviews. So when they see a negative review, it's them who reply to the different clients or the different customers leaving the review, and then they just alert, and then they just funnel that to the actual client afterwards.
Okay. Okay. I have a bit more of an understanding. You know for a fact that I used to sell to end clients of some of our partners,
Yeah,
right?
yes, yes.
The,
A
the
lot of
I
them.
think I
You
think a
sold a lot.
great well, yeah, thank you. But I think a great way to prove value, and I think actually it'll have more weight in the next way to sell it. But for me, I think it's all about the fact that you're there constantly with them, building something
Yes.
from scratch, and they're seeing it build
Mm-hmm.
up, and then each review that comes through and how you're managing it, that is definitely going. You're going to have a customer that's going to stick with you for a long time,
Yes.
and because they're going to get the education from you too.
Yeah.
So this is perfect as a service of its own.
Yeah. At the same time, the value is really there. You don't need to talk about any abstract theories or hypothesis or concepts or anything. You're just talking about reputation of a business. And any business owner knows the importance of that.
Exactly. All right, let's get to the second one, and it's as a foot in the door. Now, let me see if I have a understanding of how a foot in the
Sure,
door
go ahead.
works. Okay, so for me, if I was gonna go about it, what I'd want to do is, let's say I'm approaching a client whose business has been around for the last 10 years.
Uh-huh.
They built their website quite a while back, and back then there were certain things that needed to be in place in order for you to be visible. And in SEO, that's changed over time. So I'm talking to someone who feels that they've been, they know what they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't realize that so much has changed over the years, and certain things have just been left behind. And I don't want to immediately smother them with every other digital marketing effort. This is the great way to just start. I
Yeah.
mean, it'll probably be like, okay, when I'm looking at a review right here, and I'm seeing that it says uh, that the business has been over 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
and you've gotten this new chef on board.
Yeah.
But I check out the review; it was from like 1991,
Wow.
and I'm okay. That's great back then, but people who,
1991.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So that would be my foot in the door. I'd
Mm-hmm.
be, you know what? There's so many new properties out there. There's so
That's
many
true.
micro sites. You know what social media can do for you?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm going to be coming from. I'm going to tell them about back then you couldn't track most of the stuff that you're looking at now, and we can do that for you.
Yeah.
You get like right there, instant notifications. There's instant reporting.
Yeah.
There's basically a dashboard for you to view
Mm-hmm.
everything that we're building upon.
Yeah.
It starts that way, and it's a small markup because you're trying to get them to understand what the news,
Yes.
what the digital space is today.
It's a foot in the door. You're just trying to give them a taste of what you can offer.
Right. And then suddenly you're offering them web design because people are starting to talk about your
Yeah.
website, and then people are searching for you and they can't seem to find you. That's the whole point. You'll
Yep.
hear about what they're saying because of the fact that you've just put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Great way for people to talk to you. It's just through the reviews. That's how I go after this.
That's exactly how a lot of our different partners now are using this dashboard reputation management to close new clients. One of the other ways they're doing is to when they're looking for a particular client and that they know this client has an existing provider agency and they want to prove that they're simply better than that particular agency. What they do is that they sell the reputation management for a very low markup, let's say $50 to $100 on a monthly basis. And the way they do it, the reason they do this is that they just want to prove that their technology, the technology that you buy with the reputation management suite, is superior. The design is better than what the existing partner or existing provider has. Now, when they offer this dashboard to this small business, and the small business see the technology behind this particular tool, now they get the taste of what could be the technology if they offer PPC or social or
Uh-huh.
SEO. And then now they can get that actual all the business of that client from that other provider to their agency.
I know, you know what? And if I just thought about it, it's a great way to break people into the SEO, social,
Yes,
and,
it is.
and PPC. Because to
Yes.
be honest, it's referral traffic,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And there's a bit of that when you're on Facebook and that social traffic. But eventually, you get to take look at the opportunities that you're getting from this.
Yep.
Can you imagine if you start working on this next?
Mm-hmm.
Then you build the roadmap for them. It's a great way to excite them.
And it's not a hard sell because it's just you start with a very low price, then you just build up on top of it.
And I think by that time, they'd have understood just how valuable the service is just
Yes.
because of that. I got a question for you because I think one thing people need to know is that at this stage, you can actually just focus because on the previous webinars, we tend to like even the one about selling web design. We talk about how you should focus on a niche that you're comfortable with within your network or something that you can leverage.
Mm-hmm.
When you're working with reputation management, tell me, Josh, how does that apply if you want to cater to a specific niche?
Well, the way we build reputation management is with a niche in mind. Meaning we know that a lot of the different agencies, the way for them to succeed is to really focus on a certain subset of small businesses and that just really invest in that particular one. So reputation management specifically, the reputation management suite, provides you with a list of the different directories that is important, for example, for a lawyer or a restaurant or a dentist or a plumber. And these are the things that we highlight for that particular business. So now when you're approaching these particular small businesses, you can leverage this fact in order to explore that particular industry much more.
Right. I understand because like the stats are all related anyways,
Mhm.
especially you're dealing with one area.
Yes.
Could be not just a specific niche, maybe a specific location. If you've
Mm-hmm.
cornered most of the people in the area, you've got a bigger picture of what the market is like in general.
Yes.
So sweet. That is how you can sell it as a foot in the door. And that's just supplement. And here's the best part, because at SEO Reseller, we always started off as SEO, and that's the core fundamentals here. And it sometimes, I'll be honest, even how I was in the beginning as I was going through it with some of our partners, it was hard to paint a picture, really,
Mhm.
how to get someone through the door. But thank you, Josh. Now there's something that'll definitely make it a lot easier. So I was so excited for this.
Thank our engineers.
So, all right, let's get to the third one. And it's definitely as a complementary product. Now, this is like from the first to the second, and this is the last one, you'll notice that when we're emphasizing the clients you can approach, it depends also where you're at as an agency. Or let's put it this way. In the first slide, the first way to sell, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get businesses or clients to understand how important it is to be online. And that's a great way to get them through. And the second one is about foot in the door and eventually sell them on just to get them a higher understanding. This one basically focuses on agencies that have clients that have been around for years. And this is a harder way to approach it. But it also it's the most challenging, but it also is the most rewarding. When you're talking to a client who's been, let's say I said 10 years earlier, 5 years, but they've been working with 3 agencies. Each agency has a different product or service that they're working with. One of them's doing local reputation. One of them's doing local SEO. The other one's doing PPC. Much of a challenge to get in there, but the point here is it can act as a complementary product. If there's a hole in their methodology, this is a great way to approach it. And most of the time, most people don't understand how it all ties in together. I just mentioned a customer that's getting services from 3 different providers. What you're doing here is you're putting it all together in one go. They're already doing SEO. They're already doing PPC. They're already doing reputation management. You can come into that conversation, have this at the start or wherever you want to put it, but all together in one go. And look at that. The markup's pretty easy.
And actually, Will can speak to this based on his experience. He's a bit humble now, but he has actually grown more than 24 of our partners to a 6-digit recurring revenue. And what these partners actually ask us, since they've sold a lot of our different revenues, they come to us regularly and they ask us, what else can I offer? I've already sold social. I've already sold SEO. Already sold PPC.
It's always the pressure that you get. You definitely get that.
Yes.
And what else can I do?
And this is the product that basically rounds up every offering, all the offerings for digital marketing. Now that you're taking care of their traffic by SEO, now that you're taking care of unfiltered traffic from social, now that you're taking care of their PPC, now it's time to take care of their reputation with reputation management from SEO Reseller.
Almost sounds like a pitch. But again, it's got to be part of your solution.
Yes.
And like I'll set another example. So you have a customer, and let's just say they have been doing SEO and they have been doing a few other things on the side. They have a good understanding, and it seems like there's no way you can get in. There is. As as reputation management can sort of put it in place for them, what you want to do is put the SEO, put the PPC, take a look at all the traffic that they're generating so far. Take a look at, here's the point, are they talking to them? They've got all that traffic, and they're telling you, I don't need it. I've got traffic coming from PPC, from AdWords. I've got good organic traffic. People know where I am. Right, but what are they saying? Are you actually talking to them? I said, yeah, I've got marketing campaigns here and there. Really? Okay, let's see where the brand stands and what are they saying. That's also another way to go about it, and that's also selling it as part of a solution. Also tells you how well the other agency is doing, because if you're able to corner them there, because most people overlook this, and that's why we added it. It was just something that most people didn't really appreciate. And added it as part of your whole digital marketing effort.
It basically rounds up all your digital marketing effort. You're giving now, with reputation management, now you're giving everything to them.
Perfect. Okay, so those were the 3 ways to do it. And again, if you want to send us your questions, we've got a Q&A section at the end. And again, if you have questions now, of course, shoot them over. And if you want to talk to somebody over the phone, definitely call the numbers on the right side. Oh, a promotion.
A promotion, yeah. So we released reputation management last March, and the initial promotion for it was that we were going to offer 90 days of 50% off. That means that when you buy now and you maintain a monthly subscription with us, you're going to have 50% off for all the purchases in reputation management forever. So it means that when you buy the initial 5 locations at $125, when you add any location moving forward, even this month or next year, even next year, you're going to get the same price per location, which is going to be 50% off, which is at $25. And in the next few slides, you're going to see how valuable that discount is, because we're not done with what we have now. We're just simply going to keep adding more value to this tool that we built for you. Now it has already listings, mentions, reviews, and feedback. We're going to even offer you a lot of the different things that we're going to discuss later in the next few slides.
Right. And if you're you can, if you want it, you can use it for free for 14 days, but for one location only. So
It's the promo is extended to up to the end of August at 50% off. So when you start reputation management now up to the end of August, you're gonna get the 50% off forever.
oh, it's a good 60 days.
Yes, a good 60 days, roughly.
All right. So now what we're going to be offering you guys pretty soon is a playbook, a product guide, and a white label email. But the white label video should be coming.
Yeah. One of the number one request
Requests,
from a
yeah.
lot of the partners really are two things: a white label marketing video that allows them to advertise the business or advertise their business to the different clients, and a white label explainer demo, which allows them to give this particular video and explain to their client how to navigate the system. We're gonna have that already by tomorrow, and we're gonna be able to send it to you soon. We're also build There's also the demo dashboard which you can use specifically to pitch your clients now. When we released
Right.
the reputation management last March, it came with a pitch deck which is at the resource center. It came with a demo dashboard which you can find out how to use in our help center, and it came with a sales guide which explains to you how to sell it to your new clients. The next three items, the playbook, the product guide, and the white label email, will further strengthen your pitch or the way that you can service your clients with reputation management. And then, so we're talking about a lot of marketing materials that we're doing. Now, we're also talking about the new features that we're releasing in the next few weeks. So part of the big things that we're doing in SEO Reseller is that we're just not building the product for you. We're also building the way for you to sell the product. So it's very important to us to equip everyone with the way on how to sell the product. So one of the biggest features now is the reputation management proposal, which we're going to release in the next few weeks. We're also going to upgrade the listings finder to
Okay.
allow us to detect duplicate listings and to upgrade the way that we find the different listings online.
All right. I think even I'm excited for that. But of course, I'd love to see the paperwork behind it.
So those are really just the features, the minor features. These are the big features, and now we're talking about the reputation management roadmap. One of the feedback that we received from a lot of the partners that are already in the system are basically what you're seeing now in the deck. They wanted a way to quickly audit a business and measure if they need reputation management. They want a way to quickly post on social any positive review. They want a way to quickly analyze the different competitors. And finally, they want a way to request reviews via text messaging. So what you're seeing now in the deck really is our roadmap for the year for reputation management. There's a lot of things, and I'm telling you, I'm very excited with this as well. There's a lot of things that we're building in SEO Reseller for you, not just in reputation management, but with a lot of different things. But for reputation management itself, we're building a reputation management audit. We're building a social media posting capability. We're building a competitor analysis, and then we're building a text messaging for reviews. These developments are big developments for reputation management, and we're lining them up for you this year. And just a fair warning, not really fair warning, but you're not going to get charged extra for any of these. Whatever you're paying now is what you're going to be paying for the future, regardless of how many new features we're going to add in reputation management.
Wow. Okay, that part I think got a lot of eyebrows raised. I I'll be honest, Josh. The one I'm
Yeah.
excited about really is the audit.
Yeah. You're not the only one excited. There's a lot of different partners. They keep on, because I'm the one doing the demo for reputation management.
Right.
So whenever I do it, they always ask, you give me an excellent web audit. I need an excellent reputation management audit. So to all the partners that wanted this particular feature,
You're finally gonna get it.
you're going to get it.
And then the rest of this stuff is the
Yeah.
is what you're developing for the year.
Yes, our goal is really to create the best possible product, best possible reputation management suite for all digital agencies out there. Our goal is to grow businesses, and in SEO Reseller, our goal is to grow businesses, and we want to equip you with the best product for to reach that goal.
Well, Josh, we're gonna get to the Q&A session, but I gotta thank you, man, for really just and the whole team, everybody here. Even
Yeah.
I swear,
Well,
I really am genuinely excited. It's not about just this pitch or
honestly,
anything about the webinar.
honestly, it's not me. It's our CEO and our engineering team who've been developing this for a long time, and they are the ones who are very also very very excited to have a lot of the different partners try it out and see it make an impact to businesses worldwide.
Yeah, and we gotta thank them too. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
You asked for it, so here we go. And speaking of you guys, this pretty much is the last slide, and we'd like to jump into our Q&A portion. So again, feel free to call us at any time if you've got any questions. Those are the numbers on the screen. And
if you want to, so over the past few slides, we're showing you the link in order for you to find out more about the reputation management. Now, if you want to schedule a demo with me again, you can go to the link at this deck and schedule a demo in my calendar. If there's no time for you in that particular calendar, just message me and we can probably figure something out.
see, there's Josh paying that much attention to you.
I learned from you.
All right. All right, let's see. We got our first question in a long list of questions. All right, so first question, Josh, is what type of business would benefit from reputation management?
Well,
the e-commerce only?
No, really, it's not the e-commerce that's gonna be your target with this one. We're talking about really the reputation of a business. So if you're asking what business would benefit in improving their online reputation, it's all business. But if you really want to focus, it's going to be the small businesses. These are the ones who really don't pay attention much to their online business. These are the ones who really need your help. They're very, very good at what they do. They may be plumbers or very good at plumbing, or they may be dentists or very good at dentures. But they don't know, and they need help a lot in managing their online reputation. And that's where you come in. Go to these particular businesses, small businesses, offer your service, demonstrate value, show them how good you are, show them how good the technology behind it is, and then you can get them satisfied and on board with your reputation management service.
Right. I'd like to add, any business where the brand, and any business I think in general, the brand is definitely important. At the end of the day, how are you representing yourselves? And you got to know what kind of feedback you're getting. So what type of business would benefit from reputation management? Everyone, because it could, as much as it could have that strong positive feedback, or what kind of leverage you could have, it's also going to be the opposite. But we'll jump to our next question. And how do you manage international clients? Well,
reputation management is really built for. So when we build reputation management, it's very focused in a lot of the English-speaking markets. So in reputation management, the listings itself is very focused in the US. It's also focused in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and even South Africa. We manage all their listings. The core of it, the requesting of the reviews, the requesting of the feedback, the finding mentions are really location. It's not location dependent. It's just language dependent. So you can only use this, of course, for the English-speaking market. But the core of requesting reviews, the process of requesting reviews, the core of finding the different mentions, finding the different conversations online for you to service, you can use the suite for it.
Exactly. And I think it also applies to the last question, e-commerce only. This is where it kind of stays. You'll have products in your store that basically will get reviews. It's part of it, essentially. The point is, get feedback. Be proactive. Talk to them. And of course, get them to file reviews in the right places, wherever you're at. That's what's key. Now, our next question is, okay, so how do you sell reputation management if the client says they're fine with how they manage their reputation? Okay, I have heard this before, not just for reputation management, but
I already have
also
traffic.
exactly kind of what I said earlier. Um, they'll tell you, well, I'm sorry, but in all honesty, I kind of am okay with where I'm at this point. And what I'm going to emphasize is, all right, let's see how okay it is at this point. So we'll go over everything, and of course, you've got to be prepped. You've got to be prepped for that call. So, well, if you had that audit and if you did
Mhm.
your research, that's something that won't. In fact, if you're actually talking to a client who says that to you, and he's right, you should have done your prep. But believe me, all you have to do is point out the fact that there's so much more than just managing it. Like we said, build it,
Yep.
build it. That's what we have this tool for. We can expand it more than what it is today. Promote it. I mean, just because you've got someone like this, your customer's got someone who's on it 24/7. Is he doing it right?
Yeah, and ask them the question. Ask them the question. Do they have actual time to deal with everything? Do they rather want to deal with their reputation? Do they want to deal with all the management of the different locations and the different listings online? Or would they rather focus on growing their business?
Exactly. All right. I think that's fair enough for that question. Let's get to the next one. I can't see the value it provides to my business. What's the best way to handle this objection? Wow, it's focused mostly on sales. Here's another one. He's saying he doesn't see the value.
Mhm.
Clue here, if you've gotten to that point, it would be best to really go back and start over. You need to prove value. Uh, that's the only way to do it. Start from the beginning and reassess where they're at basically. What has the customer done so far, and what can be done better? So it's all about solution selling, the benefits, everything across the board. But pay attention to the fact that it's their business.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Maybe they don't see the value because it doesn't apply to them. But just if you can just paint a picture for them and start from the beginning, you have to prove to them that it is valuable. You shouldn't have gotten to that question, or they shouldn't have been able to object like that if it was handled in the beginning. All right. Do we have time for another question? Let's do one last. And okay. All right. The last one is reputation management
Oh,
included for clients
segmented.
with a local SEO package?
No, but it goes really, really well with it. So the way we build reputation management right now is that it's a SaaS tool that you offer to your businesses. It's not yet something that is packaged with local SEO. So this particular question really goes back to what we were saying a while ago. This is how you offer reputation management as a complementary product. You sell local SEO, sell it with reputation management as well. Because now not only are you taking care of making sure that they're ranking in their local on the local searches, you're also making sure that you're managing their reputation.
Okay. Uh, Last question. Are we able to sell it as different packages, one for smaller and two bigger businesses?
Well, right now it's actually the same package for every particular business. It's just $25 allocation at 50% off. Then it's $50 if it's not 50% off, and that takes care of one location. So maybe the right question with the right answer for this is that not the actual suite, but how you are going to manage it if you're offering it to different types of businesses. For example, if you're approaching a small business and they tell you they don't have the budget right now to deal with reputation management. They don't have the budget to pay you to manage their online reputation management.
Right.
So you can come in there and just sell them reputation management itself as a SaaS tool. You give it to them, they can use it to manage their own tool, and it's a lot cheaper than having you manage it for them. And this is for really, really small businesses. So now that when you go to a bigger business, you have a more robust package. You're not just offering the tool, you're offering all the other services that come with it. You offer reputation management as a tool that they can use for their business. but you're offering also reputation management as a service that you provide for their business.
And it kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier about the three ways to sell it in the first place.
Mhm.
So let's put it this way. It's it's about it's not about like creating tiers for the size of the business. It's about what they're exposed to and where they're at basically in the digital space. I got a question for you, Josh.
Mhm.
It's $25 a month, right?
Yep. So the way we did the pricing right now is that it's 120. It's 200. It's actually $250 a month, but we have it at 50% off up to the end of August. So what you're gonna be paying really is $125 a month, and that covers 5 locations. So in order for you to start, you have to pay $125 a month on a monthly basis. That's why it's monthly. And then if ever you're going to add a new location, it's $25. So if, for example, you have 5 locations right now, you have 5 businesses today in reputation management, you're going to pay $125. By next month, when you add one more location, you're going to pay $150,
Wow,
which is basically 125 plus $25.
a good deal. I
Yeah.
had to ask. It's just 25, but
Yeah.
there you go. That's the best way to expound
And
it.
you have it forever.
Eh, so like, can I? Okay, sorry, I'm taking over.
Sure, sure.
So, with the features, we mentioned a few new ones, but which features are specifically in the dashboard?
Yep. So if you want to know more about it, and I can talk to you about it extensively if you schedule a demo, but to just do a quick run through with
Uh
it,
huh.
we have the local citations finder, which is the listings management. We have the mentions tracking in social media and in SEO and different sites. It's basically it tracks the different keywords across the internet for you, which is called mentions.
Right.
We have a review management system, which allows you to generate reviews for your business and track all the reviews from a lot of the different sources. We have, I think, 40 right now, different directories that we're tracking reviews from. And finally, we have feedback, which allows you to generate unique reviews or unique feedback for your client's business. Use it for different marketing materials. Use it for SEO by putting it in your site and getting schema for it without the fear of being penalized by Google for duplicate
Right,
content.
because it's very unique. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just for your website. Awesome. And the new features that are going to be coming out free?
Yep, it's
No
free.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
any
right.
new feature that we add is basically just any new feature that we add comes with the pricing that you're gonna pay now. You're not gonna pay for anything new feature that we're gonna add to reputation management.
Perfect. Okay, Josh,
Yep.
and thank you so much. It was it was one of those webinars that I was really excited for.
And thank you for guiding me for my first webinar.
Well, this won't be the end because you're still building a lot of stuff, and we'll be
Yeah.
back, guys.
Okay.
Again, if you have got any more questions, please feel free to call us and schedule it. And those are the numbers on the screen, and there's also the link
Yep.
for you to schedule. And Josh and I are open to anything you want to ask
Yes.
us. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. And this was the Partner Bootcamp series by SEO Reseller. See
Bye,
ya.
guys.